to stay informed, I've become pretty addicted, to be honest, to social media, to updates, to anything like that. So I think it's not really good for the old mental health. So I'm gonna take 3 days off just to see what happens. No phone, no laptop, no social media, no video games, nothing like that. Just 3 days of pretty much nothing. See how it goes. 2020 has just been really insane. Whether it's the minute-to-minute updates that you're looking for, or whether it's whatever crazy shit your president is saying, these minute-by-minute updates can be genuinely bad for your mental health. The reason why the phone specifically is the negative part is because with a phone, you never have an opportunity to be mindful. Being mindful is essentially enjoying and paying attention to what is happening right in front of you, like the wind or the sun or whatever, or the conversation, without looking at your phone, without distraction, without, thinking of the stresses of the day, or, again, whatever crazy shit your government is doing or saying. And I think that's important, especially when so much crazy stuff is happening at the moment. So it's only been about an hour, but so far I feel kind of relieved. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything in particular. I did want to look up what the definition of mindfulness was, because I kind of need to know what that is or whatever, but it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Figuring it out by myself and, figuring these things out on my own is also interesting. Getting that camera down off that wall was something else. That's way more painful than it looks. End of the first day, and to be honest, it's not as hard as I thought it would be. It's been kind of weird. Time has gone really slowly, to be honest. I don't know why. That's just a thing that's happened. To be fair, there's been less stress about things that are going on, although I'm also definitely feeling less informed, which is not great. What I liked about it in general has been that I kind of appreciated things that I normally might not appreciate. So things like playing cards, or I don't know, even noticing the wind and how leaves move in the wind. That sounds sad, but it's honestly true. And lastly, definitely conversation is better without phones, I think, just in general with the people around you, things like that. And even just discussing the drinks we were having earlier was something that might not have happened if we were on our phones. So a few minutes ago, or half an hour ago or something, we actually found out that there was a gas leak near my parents' house, and I wouldn't have known this because I didn't have my phone, but if I had my phone, then I would have known about it. So that's kind of a weird one. That's a little bit stressful. But at the same time, I wasn't worried because I didn't know about it. So ignorance is bliss, I guess, in that situation. I don't know if that's a good thing, though. So yeah, on top of obviously it being a bit weird to not be able to use the phone, it's also annoying when, or kind of sad when I'm just sitting there staring at a wall and everyone else is just looking at their phone and stuff. So that's the other thing that's difficult and kind of strange. Yeah, I think it definitely makes me realize that people have a bit of a phone addiction, and taking a day off has been pretty healthy for me anyway, and I would advise it. So into day 2, let's keep going, and we'll try and do 3 days without any technology other than the camera, of course, and see how it goes. So it is now day 2, and to be honest, today's been really boring. The weather is not good out at all, really. So just been sitting inside. We decided to go for a walk right now, just get some snacks. And to be honest, I'm starting to kind of do really boring things like read rice packets and you know, like look at the remote and see what the remote does, and you know, I don't know, take notes and stuff about any ideas that I have, which to be honest is probably a good idea, especially for, I don't know, being creative and stuff. So +1 on the creative side, but definitely a little bit boring today. Starting to miss the phone, starting to miss the updates, I guess. But at the same time, I have kind of noticed the horizon and the area a little bit better than I have recently. I mean, I saw this cool artwork that's in the intro, some nice trees behind me, nice trees out in the distance as well, which I think were pretty nice, so I might try and get a shot of them or two. But other than that, like, it's definitely getting a bit boring, so see how it goes. Day 2, not the end of the world yet, but well, it is everywhere else but here, I guess. So anyway, that's it for this update. So yeah, so it's the start of day 3, and I'm really starting to miss those updates now, to be honest. The best things to do are creative things, like making a video or a film or whatever. So we're gonna do some painting today as well, and we gotta go buy some supplies for that. So that'll be fun, definitely, and that's definitely mindful as well. I mean, that's the idea here, is like no social media being kind of the opposite of mindfulness, you know what I mean? It takes you away, it takes you out of the moment kind of thing, and we're going to try to get into the moment, because without social media we can, and that's the idea. So that is my attempt so far. I mean, definitely mindful. I mean, straight up 2 hours, full attention, and my hand is in quite a lot of pain. All for that. I've finished those little buildings though. I mean, it's trying to be New York or something, but those little buildings will be the death of me. To make up for my pain though, we got cinnamon buns. I also got that coffee because it's really damn nice. So day 3 is coming to a close, and I've looked at way too many clouds and trees in the last 3 days. On the plus side, I've been probably more mindful than I normally am. Definitely more positive, and also more creative. Definitely made more videos than I normally would have, but there is always a downside, and the downside is missing out on that Liverpool, Marvel and PS5 news. I'm only joking. In reality, I definitely feel a little bit less, or a little bit more misinformed, a little bit less informed recently about just, you know, there's important stuff going on like coronavirus and Black Lives Matter protests at the moment as well. There's big things happening, and being informed about those things is important. So I do feel a little bit left out, a little bit of FOMO, I guess. Is that what it's called? FOMO? Fear of missing out. Mm-hmm. Definitely a little bit of that, and well, we'll see what we missed out on tomorrow when I can finally use my phone again. God, it's so bright out today. So I bought an ND filter. With the purchase of this filter, 5 trees are planted in an area devastated by severe deforestation. revitalizing ecosystems and empowering local communities. So this one's like £30 from Amazon. Not too expensive, to be honest, but fits the lens perfectly, looks really clean, and planting trees is definitely a bonus. And I gotta say, this packaging is so satisfying. Fresh glass. And it does this. Very handy. So for this experiment I decided to measure all the major updates that I missed out on and all the minor updates that I missed out on, just to see how much I missed. So at the end of the first day of using my phone, I only had 4 updates that I missed out on. Trump did a photo shoot, Ireland relaxed COVID measures, there was a Black Lives Matter protest near me, which I do regret missing, and on a more minor note, Chelsea signed a player that I thought Liverpool would sign. But that doesn't really matter. It's about a week later now, and to be honest, I'm thinking more about how I'm using my phone. I'm also thinking about how much I'm using my phone, and to be honest, the worst parts of the last week have been the parts where I'm just sitting on my phone scrolling through basically nothing for hours on end that really have just upsetted my mental health, not gonna lie. It's basically just negativity, anger, hatred, noise, really boring stuff that I haven't missed at all when I wasn't using my phone. What I've noticed is there's lots of bullshit on social media, especially when, you know, it's basically just people fighting each other that I'm, even in conversations that I'm not interested in. So I don't know why I'm reading it, and it's you know, it's not informing me whatsoever, it's not interesting whatsoever, and it just makes me angry. So overall, I definitely would recommend trying this little experiment out yourself. I mean, if you don't want to do 3 days or you can't, try one day, maybe even try a morning to evening type thing. I think it will help you realize that your addiction to your phone is actually giving you basically nothing. Again, over 3 days I only missed 4 relatively big things, and even those 4 things I didn't necessarily need to know. So try a day without your phone, try 2 days if you can, and see what that's like. It will definitely refresh the way you think about using your phone. It'll help you understand that it really isn't doing anything good for you, especially if you're someone who looks for things like Instagram likes, or if you're someone who texts people all the time. I don't do either of those 2 things, but if you do that kind of thing, then taking a break from your phone might be even healthier for you. How do I wrap it up? Thanks for watching.
You always got one.
Thanks for watching.